If you are a woman living her best hot mess express life while simultaneously crushing it, and you're craving more clarity, purpose, and excellence, get ready because you're in the right spot. I am your host, Chelsea DeBruin-Colbert, and I want to welcome you to Season 2 of All Things Excellence, the podcast, where I'll be bringing you all the inspiration and insights your excellence-seeking heart desires. This season, I'm stepping back into chasing big, bold, and absolutely terrifying goals, sharing every honest step and misstep along the way. We're continuing our beloved Unscripted series, featuring live clarity coaching sessions with guests just like you, and diving deep into raw behind-the-scenes stories of powerhouse women founders I am wildly obsessed with, whose journeys will fuel your own. So grab your coffee, settle in, and get ready to discover just how close you are to the life your soul is calling you to create. This is All Things Excellence. Hello, All Things Excellence fam. Welcome to Enneagram and the Holidays. I have my friend Robyn here today, my Enneagram 7.
Yay! I feel like I have to cheer. This is what I carry.
Bells? Woo!
I feel like that's you're the pom-pom girl. I was like, yeah, you got to be excited.
And it is y'all, this is so hard for us to get into holiday mode. Honestly, I'm kind of sweating. I'm probably going to, I put a sweater on to make it feel and look like on YouTube that I was experiencing the holidays. I know that people across the country right now are having cold weather, but we are both in Arizona. She is in Tucson. I am in Phoenix, and we are not cold.
Not at all. No.
It was 90 degrees today. So I was like trying to dig in the garage for Kobe's gnomes. I'm like, oh, I should put his Christmas gnomes behind me or something. We do not have... For some reason, we haven't decorated yet. Probably because we're launching soccer season. It's really hard to launch soccer season. And
don't get me started on decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving. Don't do it.
You aren't. You know, I used to never before it, and now I'm like, let's just go. I mean, we buy so much crap. Why not? Okay, but y'all, this is a question. So Enneagram the Holidays. We want to talk about how all the different Enneagram types experience the holidays. And one of those things is... when do you decorate? How do you decorate? Our sevens are adventurers. They're the more is more. You know, their deadly sin is gluttony. Their basic need is to avoid pain. So they are joy personified. So let's talk about it. When do you decorate and how much?
Okay, so this is like, I think about this like my whole life, right? But then I think about like what was I like as a kid, like what it like when
Yes.
I was like when I kind of had my own family, which was that was a whole nother thing, right? So
Yeah.
my family, I grew up like we had nativities everywhere. Like my mom had like 100 nativities, which means if you grew up around that also means baby Jesus was hidden because baby Jesus wasn't there so we would find all the baby Jesuses. Did you not do this?
Oh my gosh.
Did you not know that?
No.
I thought that was like a very
What is your
Christian.
mom's Enneagram type? Do you know what your mom's Enneagram type
Oh yeah,
is?
my mom's a 2 through and through.
Okay.
And so we would always hide all the baby Jesuses, and then I'd have to find them on Christmas morning and put them in the manger, like in the thing. So that was like as a kid, that was like, there was just so much fun. So now as an adult, I've had children my whole marriage, right? So I met my husband, had children. So there was like, so it was kind of, I came into their traditions at first, which was really interesting, right?
Yeah.
That was really hard, especially as a 7 I had all the joy, all the things that were mine, right? Like, especially that like, these are my things and I get to create it.
And do you feel like you're a really nostalgic person? Do you feel like 7s can be a little bit more nostalgic about their joy?
I feel like it's like, especially because like, I wonder if all 7s are like this, but like gifts are like everything.
My mom's a 7, so let's see.
Like gifts are like everything, because gifts are, I joke that like, you know, you have 5 love languages, and I joke every 7 has all 5. We want to feel all the things like joy, love, all the, like we're 7s, like we want it all.
Yeah. But more is more. You want all the juice out of all the berries, gluttony, all the things, all the, yes. Yeah. All the,
and so for me, I think about like that idea of like, oh, we put like every time we put an ornament on, it was like, remember when like, oh, like it was just like, we have ones that were like our birth
oh my
year.
gosh. How are you with getting rid of things?
Well, I'm getting better. I hired an
I'm
organizer
getting
to, like, help me get
better.
rid of stuff, and now I'm like,
So
I need to hire someone again because 'cause I'm just
you are not the perfectly crafted Christmas tree in the front room that nobody touches. Like, do you have the nostalgia tree with the
so
nostalgia ornaments?
I am like, I
Like,
have the nostalgia tree and nostalgia ornaments, and my mom got rid of the nostalgia ornament. Like, when I moved out,
oh,
she got rid and did,
oh,
like, her own theme, and I lost it. I was like, "What did you just do?" She's like,
Barb,
"Here, you
my
can."
mom still has all the nostalgia ornaments and puts them out every year. She's
Like,
actually asked us if we want our own nostalgia ornaments back. And I said, Mom, they're more nostalgic to you than they are to us. You keep your nostalgia ornaments.
mm-mm. See, even now, Michael and I travel, and we get an ornament everywhere we travel, so as we're putting up the
We do
Christmas
that.
tree, we can talk about all the places we've been. "Remember when we were here, and we did this, and we did" so, like, that is, like,
Okay,
a
but we
whole
do that. But do you want to know why? Because I couldn't fit any more freaking coffee cups in my cupboard.
in
So I
your
had to switch
cupboard,
to
that's
ornament.
funny. You had to go to ornaments. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I had to switch.
So actually now we have 2 trees, and
Wish.
here's what happened. This has a lot more to do, I think, with my son than me, so I wonder if I'm turning him into a little Enneagram. I think he's a 6 with a
Yeah.
7 wing. I really do. I know he's
Well,
almost
and sixes are the loyalist,
yeah.
right?
So,
So we know
like,
that. Sixes are
he
the loyalist. So you also wing that. You wing
yeah,
into
I
that
also wing into that,
loyalty.
so I kind of, like, relate to that. So he was like, "Mom, I wanna have, like, a pretty tree." And I
Oh.
was like, "Okay." So 2 years ago, we bought, like, a flocked tree.
We have a flock tree that we got last year, and it makes my soul so happy.
So it's a skinny one, it's not big, but so what
Yeah.
happened was,
But
I'm
here's
like
here's the thing. That's the crap you do when you live in Arizona.
that's true because we don't have
So that's
snow
as
on our tr yeah, you buy
that's
a
as good as
flock
it's
tree.
gonna get.
Yeah, so I'm like, "Don't get rid of my nostalgia tree," right? Like, I have to have that,
Yeah.
and, like so that's a whole 'nother thing, but so what happened was, I'm like, "No Christmas before Thanksgiving." Here's the deal, you guys are already getting ready for Christmas to get gifts, and you haven't even been thankful yet. Calm down. Get thankful first. Like,
When
slow it
I
down.
don't even you know what, though? I don't think about the gifts at all.
See, and I'm like, I know what we're all thinking about. Gifts and like, ugh, and I'm over here like
Mm,
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. My absolute favorite holiday. So all y'all are
mm.
skipping over it. So I have my house is fall decor all over the
Oh,
place. Thankful, be thankful. And
do you think
I
that's
have
a
a
thing?
fall tree.
Do you think that sevens are the ultimate like, I wonder if every Enneagram has a favorite holiday. Mine is the 4th of July.
Okay.
I know you didn't see that coming, huh?
Now we're gonna have to do a poll. What's your favorite holiday as an Enneagram type?
And your Enneagram. What is your Enneagram and what is your
Okay.
favorite
I
holiday?
I think sevens our favorite holiday is gonna be Christmas because we want more, and Christmas is all about more.
Mm.
Everything's extra.
But Thanksgiving is about joy and gratitude.
That's why I love it because I make everybody on Thanksgiving. If you're at my house, you have to stand up and you have to say what you're grateful for. So every Thanksgiving, everyone comes to my house and they all cry because, right, they don't do that very often. So
Yeah.
I'm big about like joy and gratitude and like let's be kind to each other. I also think maybe Thanksgiving's like the one holiday where chaos doesn't ensue because I feel like Christmas is chaotic and it's
Yes,
like,
I
you
feel like
know,
Christmas is I don't think Christmas is very fun.
it
We
feels
do
less
Christmas fun.
joyful, right?
There's too many boxes to check, too many people expect to see you. You've got to like it's like you need to go to candlelight service and then you need to go to Christmas Day service. Like that's how I grew up and it's like you got to hit all the families cuz God forbid somebody's feelings be hurt. And then you're trying it's like should we open gifts at night or should we open gifts in the morning? And then it's got to be about Jesus. It's not going to be about the gifts and which I mean yes, people yes, but
Yes,
like
we get it. Yeah.
there's just I feel there's a lot of pressure.
There is a lot of
I'm
pressure,
just
and
trying to watch the Macy's parade.
I come from a blended family, and I created a blended family.
Mm,
So, holidays are always a point of contention because it's like I remember as a kid, like, my older siblings would not be there because they were either in relationships or they were older, so it was, like, just me and my mom and dad on Christmas morning. Or,
mm.
like, we went out of town on Thanksgiving because there was nobody to, like, celebrate Thanksgiving with. So now as an adult with kids and a family, I'm the person that hosts every holiday. Like it's always me.
Oh.
Always. Like
How do you feel about that?
I've done better at having boundaries around it because it used to be really like it felt like I had to like and I
Yeah.
also wonder if that's a
Yeah.
little bit of a family dynamic of like my parents are married and I'm the only offspring of my parents,
You're like
right?
Kobe, where it's like you
Yeah.
have other siblings, but you're the only one of these two,
And
right?
I grew up differently, like, I grew up really close to my siblings, even though they were a lot older than me. We all grew up
Mhm.
together. I My niece is 6 years younger than me, and we grew up together. Like, I was there for my nieces and nephews throughout their whole life. Like, I still was super a part of it. So, like, the big holiday where everybody comes to my house is everybody comes for Easter because I make sure there's money in the Easter egg. So even my kids who are in their 20s, they all still come.
Oh,
I got
okay.
strategic. 'Cause
Okay. Okay.
I love having everyone together. So if I have to be the person that hosts it, fine. I just want everyone together.
Okay, because okay, so what part of the holiday season do you genuinely love and what's the part that drains you? Is it you loved everyone coming together?
I love everyone coming together. I hate the process of getting together. Does that make sense?
You
So,
mean like
like the
shopping
prep
and
work.
cooking?
Well, like, so the prep work. So it's like, okay, so for like
Oh my gosh,
Thanksgiving,
I would say I'm the opposite.
really?
I never thought about that. I will plan every detail and I will do all the shopping and I will do all the cooking. And then when y'all start to arrive, I actually would like to go away on a hike or
Oh
to
yeah,
lunch by
yeah.
myself.
If somebody like goal, hashtag goal in life is somebody
Yeah.
preps everything. My house looks gorgeous. And like I have a dream to have a house where I can fit a 25-person table so I can have as many people as I want for Thanksgiving.
I know another Enneagram Seven, and she always has her house decorated professionally, and she always has Christmas catered.
I would
She's never
100% do
cooked,
that. Because
never
here's the
cooked.
deal. I don't care about cooking. I want to spend time with you while you're here.
Mm,
Like, if you're here, so even for, like, Christmas, I'm the one
hmm,
who, like, organizes, like, the gift exchange. So we usually do, like, a white elephant.
hmm.
This year, we're actually doing 18 of us are doing, like, a Secret Santa kind of vibe. I set it up, I did it all, I did it on the app, and it all worked out. And so what I
Yeah.
do now is I make everybody sing karaoke when they open their gift. 'Cause it's not just opening your gift, we gotta have fun. So everybody has to sing a karaoke song before they open their gift.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
That
that
might
you
be the most
genuinely
7 thing
loved.
I ever said. I was
The
like, that was
draining the draining part is the logistics. Like, do you hear yourself right now?
absolutely. Yeah, like, if
Which is
I
so
could
seven. You're like the details. I don't want to get stuck in the details. I want to live in the joy and I want to live in the fun of the doing.
exactly, and I want
Oh,
it to be beautiful, so it's stressful because, like, I want it to be cute, but I don't wanna do that. I want someone else to do that.
yes, because it's not fun to be in the
No.
details of having to do
And it's
that
not fun
part.
to cook all day while you're like, "I wanna look cute, I wanna have a cute outfit, I want everybody to have fun."
Oh my gosh, and I feel like I never okay, so this is a thing. This is a thing that actually happens to me at everything. It happens to me at holidays, it happens to me at events, it happens to me at weddings, everything. I, in all of my eightness, am so busy making sure everything is perfectly set up for everyone to love and enjoy, right? I'm holding up all the plates for everyone. That it tends to get to the event starting and everyone is perfectly manicured. Or, a lot of times I'm doing these events, they're in their gowns and I'm all but in my pajamas with my hair disheveled on my head.
I'm like, "Here's the
Is that
deal. It's
and
an
then I'm ready
hour."
to leave. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm
"Y'all
like
have fun. I'm done. Bye."
no, I'm like, "It's an hour and a half before the event starts. I don't care what the house looks like, figure it out. I gotta get dressed, and I gotta do my hair, and I gotta look good."
And look good. Look good. Do you notice she said an hour and a half? Okay, so what's your ideal holiday environment? Quiet, busy, structured, spontaneous, obviously aesthetically pleasing.
Well, so here's the thing. I
Because like, are
think
you decorating a lot or little? But I guess that's like all in the eye of the
well, and
beholder.
here's the other thing now, I'm in my mom era. My son
Mm.
decorated while I was in Cabo with my best friend. So I said, "Decorate however you want, and I'll just come home and it'll be done." And
And tell the
actually,
people how old he is.
7, and he did really good. I only
Okay.
moved, like, 2 things because he put 1 thing
We
in the
y'all,
kitchen.
we promised we would not bring human design into this conversation, but I'm bringing one piece in.
Okay.
He does have an extreme amount of aesthetic. He likes things to be aesthetically pleasing. Luke, doesn't he as well as you?
Oh, yeah, he has some of the 8. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes.
Yeah, not to be confused with Enneagram 8, not that,
Yeah.
not that.
Sorry.
Like, he
No,
has
yes.
this part in
He
his
has
human
the
design.
him and I both, like, things have to look right and, like,
Yes. But
actually
that's also very he has a
the
7 wing.
7
He wings to
right,
the
like,
7.
I need my office to look pretty. I just redid my office, and I have never worked more successfully in my whole life, and I'm like, "It's because I love this room, like, I wanna be here."
I believe that.
So
I know, you painted that wall blue. I like it.
I did. I sure did.
Yeah. The wall
So I
behind her's
think
blue.
the thing that's funny is every other Thanksgiving, we have what we call a
Mhm.
chill Thanksgiving. So my best friend always flies from Texas to Tucson for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so this year is supposed to be the chill Thanksgiving. And she always laughs because what does that mean? It means we're in pajamas and no makeup.
And that's the one that she flies in for?
No, she flies in for every single one, but she flies in for every single one because she knows once a year she's going to get this, or once every other year she's going to get this version.
See, she's an Enneagram 8?
She's an Enneagram 8.
Correct. I'm an Enneagram 8. That is what I'm talking about. I'll even do the matching. Sometimes I'm like, let's all do matching pajamas. Do you guys want to know what that's about? I just want to be in freaking pajamas.
Pajamas.
Because
Yeah.
and if we're in pajamas, I don't need to look put together.
You
No
can't. But
makeup,
you I mean,
disheveled hair,
I
hot
would.
cup
I
of
would.
coffee, then hot chocolate, then hot apple cider. I'm rotating through the day, disheveled, Emma Jam jams, slippers on all day. That is my kind of holiday.
And that is like, I love that Thanksgiving, but what's happened is, yes, we're in the chill. Like I promised her that, and yet now there's going to be 12 people. And she's like, "Of course there are." Because I want to bring the people
Yeah.
in. Like I want the people, like I want to feel the joy with the people. I don't want anyone to feel left out. Like I
Yes.
want to have fun. So,
Because
but
that's
I
the
tell
family
them all,
dynamics. Because one
yeah.
question is that, like, how are you navigating family dynamics during the holidays?
So one of the
And
things that's
you're inviting
cool.
everyone?
Well, so one of the things that's cool for Thanksgiving, and I say cool, I love my family, but what we've kind of done is like Thanksgiving's the like free for all. Everybody's got separate places to go. It gets wild and crazy. So Thanksgiving's the
Mm.
one where like you don't have to show up. You don't have to come to
Go
Thanksgiving.
wherever feels
Yeah,
good.
so actually my Thanksgiving turns into like a friendsgiving. I have all my friends coming.
Oh,
So
okay.
my like but like people know that hey, Robyn's going to have Thanksgiving, so if I have nowhere else to go, I can go to Robyn's Thanksgiving.
My Enneagram 9 dad invited himself to our house for Thanksgiving. And I told Kobe, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know I'm so grateful. Like, if I didn't have my dad, I would be so sad. And I'm so grateful that I have my dad. And it's also his birthday. So that's so fun. But n now I don't get to sit in my pajamas all day.
You're like, "What do I do with that?" See? And that's, like, how I have to frame it for my best friend.
But
She's
you're excited to have the people. You're like,
oh,
everyone come to my house. Everybody.
yeah.
If you don't have a
I
place to
just
go,
am
come to my
telling you
place.
the expectation this year is that you
Yeah.
have to come in pajamas and no makeup, and people don't believe. They're like, "Robyn, are you actually gonna be in pajamas and no makeup, or are you gonna
Yeah.
be in pajamas and no makeup?"
Yes.
I'm like, "I promise, no makeup
Yeah.
and pajamas." I mean, it'll
But
be
you
cute
truly
pajamas,
want the people.
but I
You
want the
truly want
people.
the people.
And that's why like my best friend knows. She's like, I know, Robyn, it's not actually going to be just us. There will
Yeah.
be other people because you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yes.
yes, but in like Christmas, there will probably be 35 to 40 people in my home.
Oh my gosh, that's where your more is more really comes out. So how do you navigate family dynamics? First of all, if you don't have a place to go, come on, come all. More is
Yeah,
more.
like my dad taught me that too. My dad was like,
But
family is
you took
chosen.
to it.
Right. Like that chosen family, right? And to be fair,
Yeah.
I chose
Yeah.
my husband and he's my family. Like we literally choose our partners, so why
Yeah.
wouldn't that
That's
work?
true.
And so
And Kobe and I
and
choose to only be with each
with
other.
each other, which I also totally respect. I have to say this too. I wonder if this is a part of it. I can't believe I'm saying this on a podcast. There's a part of me that wonders. I am the youngest child, right? So I'm the youngest by
Yeah.
14 years. And then
You're like
I'm
Kobe. That's
younger.
Kobe.
Well, and then I'm younger than my husband. Almost
Mm.
all of my friends are older than me. So there's a part of me that I wonder if this is my 7 that like, will I eventually actually be alone and be all alone while everyone else is gone? So I might as like I have to have right? I
Oh
like
gosh, because that would be a little actually that would be a piece of scarcity. That's odd.
well and also like as a 7 though it's like what if one day nobody wants me at their holiday? what would that be like? So I think there's a little bit of me that's like,
Because you are the life of the party, so
yeah.
what if
So
there aren't people that want to be at my party, and then there is no
yeah,
party?
yeah. So I think there's a little bit of that I'm like, enjoy it now because you never know when it's not there.
Mm. My mom this morning I was talking to my aunt, and my aunt married my uncle after his wife passed away, and his wife was actually my dad's sister. But we're also very, very close like that.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
so
Okay.
my uncle has shared with her about these epic parties that my mom used to throw all winter long. Like she would throw sledding parties, and she would throw skating parties and ice skating parties, like roller rink parties. She would throw all of these parties. Well, eventually other people, in my dad's family got a little bit jealous and started the haterade train, and just made her feel whatever about these parties. And so she doesn't have these parties anymore. And so then to hear him going like, oh my gosh, I love these parties. They were like these epic parties. And to hear then his now wife going, I've heard about these epic parties. Like, why doesn't your mom do these parties anymore?
Cute.
That's what that makes me think of, because
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it as a kid, but my gosh, my Enneagram 7 mom was always there were always people and gathering and a party. I mean, that's what, heck, y'all, she's for 40 years, she has been in direct sales throwing parties. Like she
That's
is a
hilarious.
party. She loves it. She loves
Yeah.
the gathering of the people.
Yeah.
Do you feel
And
that?
I think that is something that I realize is like, so the every other Thanksgiving, right? Remember I told you about the non-chill Thanksgiving?
Mm,
What I do
yes.
is like I rent tables and chairs from a company and literally line them up all outside because by the way, we live in Arizona, so it's
We
beautiful.
go in
And
Arizona because we can.
yeah, and it's beautiful in Thanksgiving. It's like the best weather ever. So
It is, yeah.
I rent 50 tables and 50 tables and chairs for 50 people. My parents' friends fly into Tucson, have Thanksgiving with us. My friends come, our families like
What?
it's like yeah,
I'm
it
I'm inviting myself to one of these
absolutely. Yeah.
non-chill Thanksgivings because I just need to see this. Like, I will make a
Yeah, it's so fun.
reservation and pay for my
And then
extra seat.
here's the
This
worst
sounds
part is I
awesome.
still make everybody say what they're thankful for when there's 50 people in the room. 'Cause
That takes I bet that's hours.
it's like 2-ish hours, but
Oh my gosh,
you're
stop it.
eating while it's happening, it's fine. You're fine. Everybody's
Okay,
fine. Everybody's fine.
so with navigating the family dynamics, we know Seven's deepest need is to avoid pain. Which I'm like, well, this is why Barb stopped having the parties. You want to know why? Because there was too much emotional tension at the parties. So now she didn't have the parties anymore. No more winter sledding parties. How do you, in all of your sevenness, whose deepest need is to avoid pain, how do you navigate the emotional tension during the holidays? Or are you like, what are you even talking about? Because you don't even invite those people that might create it, and you don't even think about the
So,
people you don't invite. No, I'm just teasing. I don't know. What do you do there?
no, yeah.
Mm.
Family is family, right? Nobody has, I always joke, people want to be a part of my family until they get into my family, like, oh, wow, okay. Like it looks so fun from the outside. Everyone's always like, I want to be in the Sullivan family because like that's my maiden name.
Your
And my
parents are
dad, my
awesome.
parents are amazing and
They're
fun and
awesome.
we're always laughing. Like we use humor in our family to the nth degree. So that's what I was gonna say is like one, I have some really clear boundaries with anyone in my family that I have challenges with. Like, hey, if you act this way, we will no longer be having fun and we will have to go into like a serious mode. And I don't really want that. So, like, if
Mhm.
we want, I have clear boundaries around the people that are like any kind of
Mm.
tension. And then that's my eight comes out. I'm like, here's the deal. Don't
Yeah.
don't mess. Like we're
Like,
cutting
people
it
know not to screw with you when
right.
it co like,
And then the other way
don't
that
be bringing up the things that are gonna
yeah, like,
create the
don't do the things that are gonna cause the drama, right? And then the
don't do
second thing is I do think I make it so fun that everyone comes for the fun. Like, even, like, some of the people who hate the karaoke are like, "Robyn, do we have to do that karaoke thing again?" I'm like, "You know you like it." They're like, "Fine, we'll do it." And they all still show up. So I think there's a part of it that it's just so much entertainment and fun that we can't even get it can't go anywhere else.
Real quick, before we dive back in, I want to share something I created for the women who are growing but still kind of feel like they're doing it alone. If that statement just hit, then this is for you. I've never felt so aligned and so alone, is the message I kept hearing as more and more women were falling in love with their life doing what they were born to do. They were craving that like-minded, iron-sharpening iron relationship with other women who were as focused, powerful, and determined to be positive as they were. And that is why I created the Growth Collective. It's our All Things Excellence book club community where you don't have to read the book because audio and PDF Cliff Notes are provided for you. There's a community for you to connect and network with other growth-minded women, plus 2 monthly Zooms where you receive connection and live coaching from me. Head on over to chelseadbc.com/book club to join us. All right, let's get back into it because what you're hearing today is exactly why spaces like the Growth Collective exist. We were never meant to grow alone. Do you feel like that's actually, this is a question. Do you feel like your need to create a pain avoidant, joy-filled only environment is part of why you are in control of holding the holiday gatherings? Because then you're dictating the energy that people are walking into.
I see that. I think, well, here's the thing. I
see that.
But I would love to give away the holiday to somebody else, but nobody else will do it. In my family.
But you would, but also
I 100% would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give up Thanksgiving because I love it, but I'd give up Christmas easily because Christmas is a lot. Like my parents have 9 grandchildren.
It's just chaotic.
It's just a lot, right? And then we're all blended, so we don't actually do it on Christmas Day because they all have a million places to go and different moms and different dad. Like it's a whole thing. So I'm like, so we do it on like the Saturday of Christmas. So I honestly think today I would give it away.
Yeah,
but I would still probably. I could see it a little bit, especially because I think that like. Nobody's going to throw a better party than I am. So why not? That's probably why they do it here is because they're like, Robyn's going to complain about how the party's not good enough if she doesn't throw it.
Yeah. And
we'd have to ask my family that.
You do because so when sevens get stressed, they go to 1 and they create structure to have a little bit more control over how the energy of the environment.
Guess what my dad's Enneagram is?
Is it a 1?
Yeah. And so I have a friend who does Enneagram coaching and she uses my dad as an example because he's the kind of one that boils water, puts gloves on and washes the dishes with boiling water because the regular sink water does not get them clean enough and the dishwasher would never do a sufficient job. So he boils his own water to wash dishes to make sure they are perfectly clean.
So 1s can be known as the perfectionist. And I said to my mom one time, like, oh, this person's a 1. And she said there's a lot of parts of her life that aren't perfect. And so it's with 1s, I feel like 1s have specific things that matter most to them that they get very hyper fixated on.
Yeah.
And
what's the thing called that like mine is like the greatest fear of being in pain, which I just want you to know. This is the most hilarious thing on the planet. That 7s, right? The greatest fear is being in any kind of emotional pain, even physical pain sometimes, right?
They want to avoid all pain.
Yeah, all kind of pain. When I learned that, I thought it was hilarious because I had a baby completely natural on purpose, like in a bathtub kind of thing, like wild. And all my 7 friends are like, well, give me that epidural. And I was like,
but that's because in your brain there was a different pain that you were avoiding.
I never thought about that.
Yes.
You're the first person to bring that up. I was avoiding a totally different pain.
Yes.
A long-term pain. Yeah.
Because here's something that I lived for. I lived a lot of my adulthood with a very mid-health Enneagram 7. And what I've realized is that every single thing that I did that made her uncomfortable, she made a rule as to why one shouldn't do that because just who I was caused her pain. And so she would create a rule.
I'm like, my mind is like blown about the fact that I did that to avoid a different kind of pain. You're so right.
You did it to avoid a different kind of pain.
For me, which would have been a deeper kind of pain.
A more long-term pain.
That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
I know. So just so you guys know, Robyn does marketing, and Robyn doesn't tend to. We have conversations where I open the space for her to get to tell me what she thinks I shouldn't do. So now you're just getting more convinced that I need to do more Enneagram stuff, aren't you?
That is something I don't think I've after 7 years, I've never actually thought about it like that, and I can't wrap my head around that for a second. So you got to get me back on track, or I'm gonna lose it. My 7
You know what? I feel like we have a mutual friend. Her name is Steph, and Steph and I joke that I'm like this Enneagram wizard because then I'll just, you know, like the wizardry of how I
Yeah,
will make
how
that come
you
out and
took
like
that
that is
and
your
made that, yeah,
Enneagram.
like you took that and made that crazier than I ever expected, and now I'm gonna have to like journal about that for sure. There's something there. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, here's the thing, y'all. I will get to the bottom of this is why I hate Enneagram tests. This is why I love helping people with their Enneagram. I love it. I love it. I love it because you can tell me any choice that you made in your life, and I can tell you how your Enneagram made that choice.
You know, and
Even if
what's
you,
really cool, and I think what's really cool for me is I had a coach
yeah,
9 years ago, was the one that
yeah,
introduced me to Enneagram. And the first thing we ever looked at was the levels of the Enneagram health,
yeah, of
right?
each type, right? Because
No,
each
like
type
of
can be
my type, like the 9 levels, right?
yes. There's
Yes.
because there are nine
So, like,
Enneagrams, but there are also nine
also
levels of
9
health
levels
of
of health.
each
So like
Enneagram type.
1 to 9, 9 being the healthiest, right?
Yes, yes,
And I,
like
yeah,
Enneagram 8s that are a level of health one are sociopaths and
right.
psychopaths.
Exactly. So
Truly, they
like,
are sociopaths
well,
and
so it's like,
psychopaths.
cause
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I just don't like 7s. They're wild and crazy. And I'm like, well, depends on their health level, right? So I
Very much.
remember when we first started and she like read the level health that was like 2 or 3. And I was like, that's me. Like I showed up to every appointment late. I canceled last minute before I ever like, oh, the craziest things. I was like, dang. And I remember, I don't know how far it was into our coaching journey that she
Yeah.
read level 8 or 9 and I started crying going, "Oh my gosh, and you're not always there, but like that I
No,
had a point
you go up and
where
down.
you go up and down
It's a
all the
scale.
time, right? But
Yeah.
that there was a
Well,
point that
oh,
I was
you
like,
can walk into a room. You can be feeling like you're like at top notch, and then you walk into a room
and
and you can drop to the bottom.
that I've experienced, but like the first time I ever experienced being in the upper levels of health of my 7, I was
Yeah.
like, I remember her reading the sentence and I just broke down in tears, like, I can be a good person too, right? Like, I can, like, because it always felt like it was like I was this
Oh,
bad person because I was this flaky 7 that nobody liked, or that
yeah.
like I never showed, like, oh, Robyn doesn't do what she says she's going to do. And I'm like, I am a woman of my word. I'm just a little late or
Yeah.
procrastinate sometimes.
Yeah. I always want urge people like one, all Enneagram numbers are not created equal. So don't just go, oh, they're a jerk, so they must be an 8. Oh, they're flaky, they must be a 7. That's not actually how that works at all. When my friend Chris, it's on the Enneagram episode, it was like June 20th when we did eights over the summer. She always would say
Yeah.
she was an 8, and I was like, no, you're not. And then one day she said, that looks like shit. And like she was putting together a gift bag, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're doing such a great job." I could see she was frustrated, and I felt so bad for her, and so I was trying to affirm her. And she looked at me, she goes, "It looks like shit." And we were doing a retreat in Sedona, which is hysterical. All the places you should be so zen, and she was not zen. And I burst out laughing like a raging lunatic. And she was looking at me like, what is wrong with you? And I said, you have demanded to me for years that you are an 8, and I've never believed you until this moment. And all I can say is I just know there's going to be a day where I can be as cool headed and as calm as an 8 as you. And that's my new aspiration. Like, oh my gosh, there will be a day. Which now I'm way better than I was then. This is like 7 years ago.
Right.
But it is that, like
It's like,
allowing yourself that progress of an Enneagram in your Enneagram to grow.
and
I
that,
know that that's something. I know that feel like, oh my
right. And I
gosh,
think that like during the holidays, I can see that shift. Like one of the things that I'm like, okay,
it can dip. If it can dip
well,
at any time, it can dip during the
well,
holidays.
and I'm like, here's the deal. Here's what I set myself up for success. I take the whole week of Thanksgiving off, and I,
Okay. This is my next question. How do you recharge? How do you recharge? What is this? What is this? What are your
so
recharging and your boundaries to keep yourself
okay,
feeling most yourself and not the unhinged, flaky 7
yeah.
haphazard,
So
disheveled self?
two
Let's
things
talk
that
about
I
that.
do is I live and die by my calendar.
Mm,
So
yeah.
like I always say now, if you want me at a party or if you're going to invite me, put it on the calendar. I'm not going because what 7s sometimes I used to do is I'd wait to get invited to many and say yes to many and then pick the one I wanted to go to. I bet every
See,
7 has done that. I bet every
Oh my
Saturday
gosh. And
stuff.
as an eight, I literally say no to all of them so I can see what comes in and then I'll go back and select the one that I really want to be at. Or none of them.
Now, what I've learned to say is, hey, put me as a maybe. I'm not sure yet. And for us, that's twofold, Chelsea. Like that's a twofold thing, but really it
Oh my
is like,
gosh.
hey,
I know you and your maybiness.
yeah. Yes, you do. You sure do. It's not your favorite thing, but you sure
It is
know.
not my favorite. I will like Robyn and I have had one point of contention in our entire relationship, and it was her effing maybe
Yeah.
BS. And
Yeah.
then something cooler came along, and I was like, I am gonna cut this at the knees. Like, what?
And
I
that's
was
not
so
actually that. So now I'm not like that. I'm not something cooler. Hey, hey, I'm going to say maybe if you need to move without me and there's a point, like give me a deadline, what, like, hey, I need to know yes
yes,
by this date, and
this
then I'll make a
date.
decision. So that's one of the
Yes.
things I've done is like, I'll put a maybe and then I'll put it on the calendar, right?
Okay. So can we agree on this is what I didn't I don't think I understood this about sevens that you need to be very, very clear with what you think is an absolute plan and a yes from them. You need to make sure that that is their absolute clear yes and that it wasn't actually a maybe.
Yeah. And that's one of the things
Right? Is
that
that fair?
so yeah, my best friend that's an 8, this is her biggest struggle with me. This was her biggest struggle with me too.
Yes. I think I
Because
just didn't understand. Like I was
right.
like, oh, like I thought this was a yes, this was a done,
And
this was
that's
a for
exactly
sure, and I'm
what
like, oh, this was still a maybe to her, and I
so
did not
funny
know.
thing, when we went through that, when we had that thing, I asked her, I'm like, "What did I
Yeah.
do?" She's like, "You did it to me once at leadership and seminar." And I was like,
Mm,
"Oh, I did?" She's like, "I was booking a place. You said what I thought was yes, and I thought it was a maybe." And so
yeah.
now I'm like, "I know. Like, here's the deal." So
Yeah.
I have done that to my
Yeah.
8 friend probably too many times. So I'm like, "Okay. Now I just say maybe because I really mean maybe."
Mm,
And if I, in my heart, I'm like, yes, I want to go. And then it's like, oh, wait, do I have the energy
then
for that? Is that actually going to work? All those things. So that's the number one thing. The
because
maybe,
your
yeah.
excited self is like, hell yeah. And then you
A
get really
seven is
settled
like,
because when
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
let's go. Like yes to everything. More is more. But then when a seven feels very safe and secure and they kind of you settle within yourselves, you access a little bit more of that five and you assess your resources and go, sis, I know that more is always more, but like, no, you can't more is more this. Like this actually logistically can't happen. Right?
and yes, that's exactly it. Like I thought of
You
one
came down
thing
to
where I like,
logistics with that
yeah,
you couldn't
I
go.
got
And do you
invited to
feel
like
like that?
3. Yeah. Well, like I got invited to 3 parties and I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to go to all 3. And I looked
Mm-hmm.
at the way that they were leveled and I was like, I could probably go to all 3. So I'll just say yes to all 3 and we'll leave in the middle. Which by the way, if you've ever been to a party with a 7, we can't leave a party. Like that's just not a thing.
Do you want to know why? Okay, because here's the deal. Last week I was at that party with my friend Ange, who's a seven, and I looked at JC. She goes, "We're just going to be here for just a minute." I looked at him and I was like, "I told y'all you need to pack all your luggage so that way you're ready to go. So when we leave the party, we go back and we get your luggage and you go straight to the airport." And she was like, "No, no, no, we're just going to go for a little bit and then I'll go back and I'll pack my luggage and I'll nap." And I'm like, "That's just literally not how that works for a seven. Like I know y'all. Y'all can't resist. You know why? Because y'all can't resist a good networking situation."
So true. It's so funny you say that because I joke that like one of the reasons my husband and I are like ideal for each other is because like I tell my husband, hey, I'm gonna be done at 6. He knows I'm not gonna be done at 8. He'll just check my dot to make sure I'm still alive and send a text like, hey, just making sure you're still. He's not mad that I'm late because he knows I'm gonna be late because he always knows it's
Yes.
longer than it's, yeah, always.
Okay, I am an eight with a strong wing seven, and my Enneagram nine husband basically demanded, Kobe, you didn't you? You demanded that I get an, you basically demanded that I had to have an Apple Watch and I had to wear it and I had to share my location, not because he's controlling, but because he genuinely was always concerned if I was alive.
Yeah. And
But
now
do you
like
feel
he
like
knows.
also the
Yeah.
funness of the people? Because the appointment might be 20 minutes, but if they're really fun, it might be 20 hours.
Well, and that's how, like, especially in the Mary Kay days, oh my gosh, right? Because you're
Yes.
like, oh,
Yes.
we do our parties, and it's like 3 hours later, like it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Now it's like
I know.
I'm a little bit better at it because, like, especially because
And
I'm
you're
like,
going to their Christmas party.
yeah, the parties though, we know, like, we've learned too that like we just get a babysitter because I'm not leaving. like when I'm supposed to
Yeah,
leave
you're
to
not
go home.
leaving. You're
Yeah.
not leaving.
I'm
Mm-mm.
always
Yeah.
gonna stay later. Yeah.
I, if my wing 7 is is hitting, I'm with you. Then because it does that funness. Like it just more is more and fun is
Well, and you
fun and I'm
never know who
feeling
you're
it and
gonna
it's
meet, and, like,
vibing.
why would I end a good conversation? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I have to say
I
bye
do
to
feel that in
everybody.
wing 7. Oh, you don't Irish goodbye? I
I
do.
don't.
I am a good Irish. I am a good Irish goodbyer. Are you a Midwest goodbyer?
Well,
Well,
here's the thing. If I know most of the people at the party, I'm hugging every single one of you before I leave.
oh my gosh, I'm tired thinking about this.
But here's the thing, that's rude. Like, "Oh, Robyn's
Oh
just
my.
gone?" That's so rude. No. If I don't know them super well, like, sure, just dip out, but most of the time I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we wanna leave in, like, 30 minutes, we should probably say goodbye."
Okay. I mean, if it's like, let's say, if it's like my giant extended family of my dad's, where it's, me and my cousins, where there's like 150 of us now because my dad's one of 7 and, there's a million grandkids. So then I'm going to say goodbye to the ones that I care about. Now, if it was my own family where there's 12 of us, obviously I'm squeezing every single one of them goodbye, even my brothers.
See, and I
So I
think
think it
it's
would
like
depend.
I'm thinking about, like,
You're saying
when it's
bye to
my
everybody.
well, and if it's my family, I'm like, "Bye, love you, see you later." But, like, I'm like, "Everybody shut," like, I'm gonna say a big goodbye, everyone's gonna hear me, and like, "Bye, we're
Yeah.
leaving," but I'll probably hug everybody. My nieces and nephews, yeah, I'll probably hug everybody.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Anybody who's an Enneagram 9, Kobe, can you hear me right now? I would love for him to come in here. Because what does your husband think about that? Because Kobe would drop dead because he'd be like, oh my gosh, don't bring attention to the fact that we're leaving because then everybody's going to want to come talk to us and we're going to be here a million hours more.
This is why I wonder what Michael is. Michael's here, I don't know if he can hear me. Michael, can you hear me? He can hear me.
I know. We're
Come
like
here.
calling our husbands in. Come here. Come here. We need to talk to you about the holidays.
Chelsea, come here. He's like, "No."
Hi,
They're
Michael.
both like, we'll see if he comes, but
I mean, maybe
this
he's
is
a
what
social 9.
well, he is a very social 9. That's the thing that's
Yeah.
always
Well,
weird
because
is
there's
because
tri-type in Enneagram. You've got your
I need you to
sexual
yeah.
one-to-one, your social, and then your self-preservation.
Okay,
And
question.
Kobe
We're
is
talking
more
about 9,
self-preservation.
and her husband Kobe's a
Yeah,
9
you
too.
don't lie to make Robyn happy. Don't lie to make her
Yes,
happy. You be
he
real.
knows that.
Be real.
I
When
won't.
Robyn wants to leave the party and she wants to tell everybody bye, is there a party that's like, gosh, why can't we Irish goodbye and just walk out the door and slip out and not anybody know? And we could leave
Yeah,
like an
sometimes.
hour sooner.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
Right?
he's not
Like,
really saying
so it's
bye to them either.
Well, it just depends, but no, I would say sometimes,
Yeah.
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 Not every
Yeah.
time, but I would say, yeah. And like, can we just leave?
Yeah.
Like, do we have to go
But
through
he knows I'm gonna say no. So he doesn't
Right.
actually
Yeah.
ask.
Okay,
There you
wait,
go.
can I ask you, as an Enneagram 9,
You-
what is something about the holidays or a tradition in the holidays? Yeah, squeeze your little self in there. What is a tradition about the holidays that you're very indulgent, more is more, all the joy, all the party, all the fun wife makes you do that you could maybe do without? Where you're like, your 9 is like, or we could stay home.
Well,
Oh.
I think
Excited for this.
event after event, like going to different places, like and like I like to socialize, I like it, but I do like a day or two in between.
And usually I was thinking about like holidays. We'll go like on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he's like,
Yeah, like days, not like a week straight, like 7 days shit. I'm like, babe, can we get a day or two off? Like I love what we're doing, and
I'm better at that now.
you are.
I usually give us like a day in
Oh my
between.
God.
Except for the holidays, we're not gonna have a day in between. We're gonna have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
Yes.
But
If I did that
sometimes
to
it
Kobe, he might
springs.
die.
Yeah. No.
He might actually
He-
die. If I was like, we're going to go to
he-
Christmas parties for 7 days in a row, he'd be like,
This is
I
why
can't do it.
sometimes
He's a 9.
well, I wonder. Okay, I have a question for you. I've
I
always
think
wondered
he just
this.
loves you. He
Well,
loves you
that,
a
but
lot.
also, is there a generational like difference in 9s? Do you ever notice
Well,
that?
it would be more because my dad is also a social 9, and my dad loves going to all the things because he does love a good fanfare. Because social 9s love a good fanfare, and as long as he loves the people that he's going to and he feels that fun fanfare, he's down to go to it. I also
Well,
think
'cause
that then
he's
when you
like
start getting a
very
little older,
yeah.
But
yeah, and the
we're also
generations, there-
like if we go
some
somewhere
loyalty.
and we meet new people, I'm totally cool with that too.
He loves meeting new people.
Yeah. So I'm down for
Yeah.
that.
That's why I've always been like,
Yeah. A little bit
okay,
more
he's
social.
not, he doesn't have all the typical, so that makes sense. I should do more research on the social 9 because he'll come
Do you think
like,
is he wing 8 though? Is he more wing 8?
here's the hardest thing. I think he's got I don't know. I really, no Enneagram coach has ever really been able to figure him out. Also, on the disc, I'm going to totally call him out. You know how on the disc, it's like usually you're like one or the other, and they say if you're in the middle, you're either a sociopath or you're well adjusted.
Are you a sociopath?
That's what I always say.
Sociopath.
I'm like, are you a sociopath or you're well adjusted? He's just really got that, like, it's very weird.
Well, but that's also such a 9 response, right? Because 9s are just trying to be everything they need to be to keep everyone chill and cool and not rock the boat. And so,
By the way,
I think
how
I do
hilarious.
think a little bit of that gets into
Yeah.
it.
I just think how hilarious
Yeah.
for 9s to be married to like 8s who like to rock the boat.
I
like-
know. It's so common and crazy. You know, another thing that I watch him do for you, I know he makes your coffee every morning.
Yes, he does.
I do.
And a question I ask a lot of 9s is, are you being helpful because you have a need to be needed? Are you being helpful because you like keeping the peace? And here's what I know about my disheveled friend is it's just good to get her that coffee as soon as possible when she wakes up in the morning. So it keeps a little bit more peace if you'll just make it for her.
So I did this morning and I was up early. I was like, do you want it now? And she goes, no, it's okay. I'm like, you sure you don't want it? Like I can bring it to you. And then she waited a little bit and then I went and got it.
And I didn't even get it
Yeah,
myself this
that's
morning.
right.
I waited for him to get it to me.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes. You guys agree. You guys use Enneagram in your marriage quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, I learned that I was killing our marriage by some of the things I was doing to like, especially the peace part. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, let's just cut it out. I don't want these people. I'm not doing this. I'm not making. And he's like, all he wants is for there to be peace with everyone. And I'm like, I'm causing everything but peace. Huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
on some
And that's
things,
why I think on disc, which is like DISC, sometimes it's 4 colors, sometimes it's 4 different types of dogs, whatever,
Right, whatever.
like the S's are yellow and they're Labrador retrievers. I think that 9s can be really even and look like the sociopaths because they're like, I'm just trying to be everything to everyone. So that way everyone will just stay calm.
Yeah.
And they look like they're really helpful. They look like 2s. And I'm like, no, they're not helpful because they need to be needed. They are helpful because they're just trying to make their life a little bit more peaceful.
But then here's the
Yeah.
other side of him, which this is not really holiday is so sorry. But like
Yeah.
one of the things that he does I think is really interesting is that like why I can't figure out if he's if he's got an 8 or a 1 wing is because like then he has like this place where it's like do not mess with him. If you mess with him, it's game over. Like he hits a point where it's like
Oh.
I have seen him
Well,
like
that's just a 9. So 9s, I would say I have seen my dad mad. Well, now twice. I always said, I've only seen my dad angry once. And now I've seen him mad twice. I made him mad when he was here in May, which is probably why he's coming for Thanksgiving. He probably thinks we have something to repair. I don't know. It was my car. We were hit, and he was here on vacation, and it was just a lot going on. It was not cool, and it was not fun and cool. And so 9s are still in the anger triad, right? At the end of the day, 7s are in the thinking triad.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
At the end of the day, 9s are still in the anger triad, and you may only see them get mad a small handful of times
Only
in their
a couple
entire
of
life.
times. Yeah.
And they're still in the justice triad. They still want justice. They're still in the anger triad. So this is the thing is though, when I seen Kobe mad, I can think of one time where he was like mad. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. Cross the line.
Well, I've never seen him do it. He's never done it to me, which is actually really interesting.
I crossed the line.
Like I was like, yeah, I'm the one crossing the line. He should get mad at me. But it was protecting other people. Like when it comes like
justice.
right. So like
It's still
and I was
justice.
like,
It's
I told that I was like, we've got to go. Someone's gonna get like this is not good.
Because at the end of the day, it's still justice. And the more secure they become in that environment, the more they really get it and the more secure that they get in who they are, right? And so I think not only is he older, obviously, but like he's more mature. He's intentionally worked on being very emotionally mature.
First, yeah, 100%. Like we've worked, like we've
100%.
done so much with the Enneagram in our marriage, and like him just like, and he has this ability, which I think is very 9 of him, to like, he actually doesn't want to change me, which I think is wild. Because I'm like, there's some things I would.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't think that 9s. because nines have that ability to stand at the top and see the perspective of everyone and see why they are being where they are. That's why I love nine.
He's like, if we could just love people for who they are, the world would just be a better
Yeah.
place. And I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
people annoy me. If they could just be better. And he's like, no, if you could just, we just, and but that's the only way. I don't think I could be loved by another person, because he literally, I'm like, what can I do better? What can I change? He's like, I see why you are. I love you the way you are. I see why you make the decisions you do. And like the holiday stuff, especially because our family is so diverse, and I have learned to prioritize the peace. So like, for an example, this is actually really kind of cool.
Is this where you guys kind of meet in the middle? Like you
Well, and
do
this
meet in
where,
the middle with your Enneagram, knowing you need all the indulgent fun, but he
Yeah.
also needs to not go hard for 7
well,
days in
and
a row.
that other part of it is like the peace comes with our older children. They have a different mom. And so
Yeah.
me and her do our best. Like we actually do Christmas together with all of our family, like with our kids. So our kids don't, like my kids, her stepkids, we all go do Christmas Eve together at her house.
I love that, because that's called maturity.
Right. And I like we all it took a little while to get here. There's a lot of personalities that got there. But like for me,
Yeah.
I
felt
learned
like it
early
worked.
on, like it's just easier for my kids if their parents
Mhm.
can be in the same room. It's
Mhm.
easier
Mhm.
for my
Mhm.
youngest to feel included if
Mhm.
we can make some adjustments
Yeah.
that make
And
a
no
little bit
one's a raging psychopath, so it's not
Ri-
dangerous.
right. Like nobody's in danger. And then for
Yeah.
Michael,
Not
I
as
think it's
dangerous.
just like so nice for him to have this piece
Mhm.
of like, my kids are all together. His
Yeah.
first wife and his second wife are in a room, and we joke about all the things that annoy us about him, and we love him, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like but that's one of the things that took me a while to get there.
You know what? I can see, I think not, but that's a little bit of nines in relationships. Sorry guys, we are a little down the rabbit hole in the nines. Is when Kobe and I started dating, it was right away you had to know that Brad and I, who dated for 5 years, like, oh, he's like, one of my dearest friends is so important to me, he's not going anywhere. And he was like, okay. I think nines, they're also a little bit more secure than a lot of people. Like they don't want to rock the boat, but I also think they just kind of carry a sense of security that they know they're awesome in their own way.
This could be like a podcast on Enneagram 7, 8, and 9, right? Like we could just do 7, 8,
It
9.
really could. It really could. And Enneagram and marriage, like we should actually have y'all back, because we're gonna do people have already, it's already out. We're recording this before we've actually recorded this, but
Yeah.
there is the episode out. If you go back 2 episodes, technically, we haven't in
Yes.
real time recorded it.
Yes.
Where we're doing Enneagram and the holidays in marriage.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
there's that technically, if you're listening to this, that exists. So that's a good time, because we come from two families with a whole heck of a lot of tradition. My family worships the ground that he walks on, and his hates me. So yeah, so it's, but they have so much tradition. So he also, but then it's like I have to make sure he's not avoiding things because they hate me, that he's avoiding things because he also doesn't want to be around all the people and all the things and
Yeah. That's
all
so
the
hard to
comments
balance. I think that's hard to balance just like in general. Like it doesn't even
in
matter.
general.
It's just that's difficult. So, but that's
Hmm.
really like I love that he admitted, because I love that you told him don't do it, but make it Robyn happen. Like I love that he
I
admitted, because I'll
know.
be like, dang babe, I did 3 nights in a row. Like he knows though, for
And
December
he's like, I know.
like I stopped doing it the rest of the year, but for December there will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't even care what you say. Like I have already got half of it on the calendar.
You're and I'm like, I just can't see, this is where your answer is maybe to everything, and then you align it all up. And my answer is basically no to everything.
And
Like
then
I
you're
already
like,
have so my friend Jessie, who is a 7, and she is like the party maker of all the things. Every year they have a Christmas Eve party. Now,
love that idea.
me as her friend, I want to go to the Christmas Eve party, the annual Christmas Eve party. But Chelsea, the podcaster, coach, business mentor, booster,
Yeah.
president, coach's wife, I'm like, I, I, no, I don't want to, I want to go so bad, but like, I don't think I can go because
Well,
I'm already.
And I think that's so good, because like one of the things actually, one of the things that I realized I did, like I think we did it as a family, but I kind of instigated was like, hey, let's stop putting so much pressure on Christmas Day because I don't want everyone driving around. So actually our Christmas days now are
Yeah.
kind of chill because it's
Yeah, I love
literally
that.
just our small family because everybody's everywhere else.
Mhm.
And then we
Mhm.
have our big Christmas on like that Saturday. We try to do like we try to figure out when are the kids home from college. Like we try to get all 18 of us in one
To
room at
navigate
one
all of
time.
that.
So that's kind of how I like navigate all of it. Is like let's not put
Yeah.
so much pressure on like the day. Let's make it about the event and the fun.
Because that was my next question so as a 7, how do you balance that? How do you balance your desire for the fun and the party and the joy with family expectations, obligations, and then also just, having other family members that aren't like you and they don't want to go to a holiday party every single night for 27 days in a row. You
Well,
could,
and I think
maybe.
honestly too, being a parent has changed that because like if the holiday party is like no kids, we're probably only doing one of those.
Right.
Because I
Right.
don't wanna not spend because then you have the Christmas lights, and then you have the events with the kids, and the Christmas and cookies, and the so, like, for me, in this season, it's like, what's my priority? I wanna be with my family as much as I can, so if you're gonna have a holiday party without a
Mm.
kid, it better be really cool and really fun, and I'll be there, but I'll go to one of those. The rest of
Mm.
them, I'm not like, I've already said no
You're
to
not
2
going to go.
parties that were no kids, and I said, "Yeah, I have a 7-year-old, that's my so I've learned how to
Mm.
value and actually my coach that I told you about, she's like, "The goal, Robyn, for 7s is to have JOMO, the joy of missing out."
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
have found that in a very much so of like, oh, the
Not the
JOMO,
FOMO, the fear of
but
missing out.
no, but like the JOMO, the joy of missing out
Mhm.
because 'cause I'm doing something that is bigger or better for my priority or for myself.
All right. So, very last question that we are asking every single Enneagram type. What is one piece of advice or a permission that you would give to others with your type that helps you just stay grounded and in the season of joy? Like if you could, Enneagram Sevens during the
Yeah.
holidays, give them one piece of permission, one piece of advice.
I think one is like remembering what really is important to you in that season. Like I've really learned that like I would overdo it and then I had no time with my actual husband or my son or my family because I was so doing. So it's like remember that like yes, the parties are fun, yes, all that, but like sitting on the couch drinking hot cocoa and creating memories with your loved ones is really that's my priority. So like reminding myself for my calendar to match my actual
Mm.
priorities.
Like more isn't always more, and present is more
It's
important than busy.
absolutely
Like
yeah.
intention.
And
You think that that's a
the
7 thing?
actual
Like, y'all
yeah,
struggle with, like you're struggling to try to get more not in a way of, like, a 3, right? A 3 is trying to, like, check all the boxes and be all the places to say they did all the things, but a 7 is just trying to, like, squeeze all the juice out of all the berries and
yeah,
drink
so we can get
all the eggnog
and
that
honestly, more
they're
comes
trying to get
from
fulfilled.
yeah, like and that's like the fulfillment of the holiday season feels like the more you do, the more people you see, the more experiences you have is the better. But what I have learned, and I don't know if this is with age or just experience or coaching and therapy, is that like actually the thing that matters the most is like the people that I love that are in my inner circle, right? Like those people matter the most in this season and having experiences with them and then the part of that that's practical
Mm,
is the maybe makes that practical,
mhm,
right? Like, and then I thought about what I said earlier is I say right ahead of time, I'm not going to go to events,
mhm,
multiple events that don't allow children. Okay. So
mhm.
if that's true, then I have
Yeah.
to like say that ahead of time. And then when I say, oh, there's one that's the one we're doing and we're not doing anymore like honoring my own boundaries which is what we struggle as sevens the most is honoring our own boundaries.
Yeah. Because it's like, "Oh, just one more. Oh, just one more. Oh, just one more."
Yeah,
Right? Like, you figure out how to do just one more.
and it's like we have a free
I think that's
day,
beautiful.
we could just go, it's no big deal, it'll only be a couple hours, but I think that and
And your
leaning into
Enneagram
the
9
JOMO.
husband is like, or we could be home alone.
there's that. Just hanging out, the two of us. Yeah. Absolutely.
I love that. I love that. I do think that's great because I do think for sevens, it is that more isn't always more, and you don't always have to like throw the party or be the party or go to the party or and then to really slow down and allow yourself to just soak it all in. And I think not being a seven, being an eight, I think that my seven people in my life struggle with that because they feel like, oh, I'm not important. She's not coming to my thing. And it's like, it's not that you're not important. It's just that I know that I can only go to so many things and go to them really well because I have such limited bandwidth. And that I feel bad, but that, we can, I feel like we can hold, you got to hold the good and the bad at once. We can hold, I feel bad that I can't go to everybody's party and honor what's best for me all at the same time.
Yeah. And my big thing with sevens that I learned is say, hey, Chelsea, thank you so much for inviting me. That means the world to me. I honestly love that. This season, I'm in a season right now that it just doesn't work for me, but please keep inviting me. Because that's the other thing. I've gotten to a point in my life where people don't invite me as much anymore. And so that was always like oh, well, now I don't get an invite because I said no. And the seven fear of that. So learning to say like, hey, please keep inviting me. I'm not saying no because I don't want to be there. Because that's our other fear is that, oh, then one day we'll not have an invitation.
As an eight, I have that, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have like I was too much. I made too much of a mess, and now I'm no longer invited into the room.
I have that too, though. I definitely have that one.
You feel a lot of that? You feel a lot
My
of
eight
that.
comes out hard in the holiday season, maybe.
If you woke up one day and said, just kidding, I'm an eight, I would go, sure, I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're eight strong. Well, oh my gosh. Thanks so much for coming back, talking all things Enneagram and the holidays. Tell Michael, thanks so much for making an appearance. I love that. I love hearing the dynamic of spouses. I think it's fun, especially when both spouses know their Enneagram. Yeah. And tell him thank you so much. Don't hold it against him that he shared that with us.
I know I won't. Now I know when he shares something, I get so excited. I'm like, yay, thank you. Yeah.
I know. It was so cute. He's like, well, you can see his look on his face like, oh gosh, what is she going to ask? So yes, thank him for coming. Thank you for joining. Everybody, thank you for listening. We hope you continue to listen to our Enneagram in the Holidays series. We're going to keep rolling it out all the way down until we get to the ones. This time we did start with the nines and we're going backwards because in the summer we started with the ones and went forward. So we thought, let's start in that gut triad with those little peacemaking nines. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're loving it. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, a follow, mark us 5 stars, give us an awesome review. It helps the podcast, helps all the things. If you have questions for Robyn or I, make sure you head to our Instagrams. Our Instagrams will be down here in the show notes. We love to talk to you. Y'all know Robyn is the marketing expert in my life. And obviously, I know a little bit about the Enneagram, so you can talk to me about that. So thank you, everybody, for listening, and we will talk to you all next time. Thanks for listening to All Things Excellence. If something landed with you today, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It helps more women find these transformational conversations. And if you're ready for support with your next step, or needing someone to stand in the gap with you to figure out what that even is, I'd love to create that space for you. And my intro clarity call is a great place to start, because life is too quick and too full to have to figure it out alone. Until next time, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for listening.